Ooh, what's up, book clubbers? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the Nerdy Worty Book Club, the final episode of The Shadow Rising, the fourth book in the Wheel of Time. Today we'll be covering chapters. Episodes 51 through 58. We got to the end of the book. We've read 4 books of the Wheel of Time. Clarus, how you feeling about it?
I'm feeling good. I don't know if that's just like the Jamaican sun, but this book was pretty incredible.
We're not recording this, so I'm going to have to. I don't know how I'm going to put the audio up on the podcast. Should we just do the intro again? Here, everyone who's watching live, you get to watch the intro again for the podcast listeners. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This is a little peek behind the curtain. So I'm gonna hit record, and we're gonna do all that again.
Sorry, guys.
Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the final episode of The Shadow Rising, the book club. We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
We're in Jamaica, so we don't have our theme song. So we're just going to roll with it. We have read 4 books, and we have a live chat. Mike LL says, we don't see the beginning of your live stream because of ads. Oh, so I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't matter. Everyone gets to see it again, so it doesn't matter.
Klaus, how are you feeling now that you've read 4 books in the Wheel of Time?
Great. Feeling good. Yeah, this book was really, really incredible.
Yeah, it was a pretty special experience. I was really surprised. A lot of people in our chats have been saying that book 4 is the best book in the series.
Yeah.
Or is their favorite. Maybe not the best, but their favorite.
Right. Is one of their favorites for sure.
And I was really excited to get to it. And now that I've gotten to it, I get it.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I mean? Like this is not even just a Wheel of Time book, but this is a fantastic novel.
Yeah. There's so much, and honestly, I think what makes this book so good is the setup that the other 3 provide for it as well, right? Because the payoff is there, and you don't get that without hard work and dedication.
Yeah, and I definitely think that there are things about the first 3 books that I didn't love that this one was able to subvert my expectations of how a Robert Jordan book goes. And in doing that, it made me like it even more. Like I really enjoyed that we got another Wheel of Time book, but that it had a very different structure from the previous 3.
Yeah.
Because I had previously not complained, but my lows in previous books have been the repetitive nature of how he structures the ends of his novels.
Yes.
And so to get an end of a novel here and the middle of a novel that just so drastically drives away from that structure and does so by being more interesting than those structures, in my opinion, I was really impressed. And I think, this is definitely my favorite book in the series so far.
Yep. So far, absolutely.
I want to just pop over to the live chat for a second and say hi to everyone.
Hi, friends.
In particular, I do want to say a good morning to our mods. We have the best mod crew on YouTube, including... Oh, I don't think Matt Turk is a mod yet.
Did you not?
I don't think I added... Sorry, Matt Turk, if you're here. Matt Turk will be a mod.
You messed up.
I messed up. I have his thing, so I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and... Yeah, we are in Jamaica. If you are wondering why it looks different, we're in beautiful Jamaica.
We are.
And I hope the sound is okay.
For those of you who are like, wow, you guys didn't burn. Congrats. You're wrong.
We both got a little bit on our shoulders, and that's it, though.
It's like right here. Just here.
Yeah.
Just here and here. And that's, yeah.
Yeah, the red on her face is blush.
Yes. This one is on purpose.
All right, shall we dive into the chapters?
Heck yeah.
Shadow Rising, Chapter 51, Revelations in Tanjiko. Now that we've kind of gotten to the end of the Tanjiko arc, what do you think of Tanjiko as a city before we get into it?
Oh God, would not recommend. 0 out of 10 stars.
It reminds me of like the stories people tell about New York in the 80s.
Yeah.
Where like you don't go down this block, you don't go down this block.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go somewhere, you bring your limo. It has to have bulletproof glass.
Yeah. The guys come home every day from with cuts and bruises on their face. I'm like, wow, this is really not a very friendly place. Threk, thank you for coming back to the nerd table.
Jason Renner says, a whole book without a Gwen getting captured. Who would have thunk it?
What?
Who would have thunk it?
It was very nice. Very nice to see. Thank you for that super chat and for that membership.
Nynaeve and Elaine find out that Aegeanin is a member of the Sanchin and freak out.
Yeah. Reasonably so. Like, I wasn't expecting the way that it was broken up. This was like the first chapter we came back to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just not prepared for it to like dive in head first. And I was like, oh wow, that was fast. But it wasn't really if you're reading the whole book continuously like normal people.
Yeah.
Bob
C, thank you for that.
Super duper chat.
Hey guys, one of my favorites for sure. Have fun. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob. And Methany, thank you as well for the
Wheel of Time Trip Advisor.
Wheel of Trip Advisor.
Yeah, I would not go to Tanjiko. Maybe we should do that. Mm-hmm. We'll create where to go in the Wheel of Time. Where to go in Randland.
And where not to.
The only place is Emond's Field. Anywhere else, nightmare.
Emond's Field's great. Yeah, everything else very questionable. Cannot guarantee that you won't die.
I really liked the way that Robert Jordan wrote the push and pull of Elaine and Nynaeve being like, I like her so much.
Oh,
but at the same time being like, I'm mad at her because she's Sanchin, but like she's also seems like a really dope chick and I want to just hang out with her and have a blast.
Robin says, welcome to the nerd table. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's one of those things where I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
However, my one like kind of irritation with it was that the number of times that Egwene was like, we're not that different after all. I was
Egwene?
Nynaeve, my bad. I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but it's much like Aegeanin is losing this, version of herself because
Mm-hmm.
Aegeanin can never go back. Aegeanin is not functionally a member of the Sanchin anymore.
Yeah.
She will never be allowed back among the Sanchin people. And so while she's losing that, I think that we're watching Nynaeve kind of be presented with a time that she's wrong about someone for the first time where she has evidence, right? Like, I think she's wrong about Moiraine personally, but she doesn't have evidence that Moiraine is wrong. She is being shown through Aegeanin's actions that Aegeanin is not the person that Nynaeve has built up in her head upon the word Sanchin. And so it's actually a really interesting way that Robert Jordan is showing a character overcoming a prejudice because of the real world evidence is just being presented in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by Methany's comment. Have you figured out why Elaine keeps getting the veil in her mouth?
No.
Because she walks around like this.
Because she's nose up noble.
She's like, oh, what? Who down there? No, Elaine's not like that. Which, she
is a little bit.
Well, no.
She's consistently like that a little bit.
I don't know. I would argue, especially with what happens later with, oh my god. I'm sorry, I almost called her Amaranth, and that's not her name. The
Amathine, I think her name is. Amarthine?
Panarch. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Every time I read Panarch, it reminded me of the Hunger Games.
Oh.
Because I was like Panam.
I did not.
The Panarch of Panam.
I did not think of that, actually.
No, but I mean that, like, Elaine is very kind to people, but she is snooty. And it goes back to the Great Hunt when her and Nynaeve are talking, and Nynaeve is like, or Elaine is like, we only have 30 gold. What are we going to do? And Nynaeve's like, what are you talking about? We're fine.
Yeah.
We have so much money right now.
Yeah, it's like Elaine has a really wonderful heart, but obviously when you are raised a certain way, it's like you think the world works in a certain way. So yeah, it's 100% that she's just kind of like nose in the air, but never in a negative way.
Joey Fisher points out another great moment. Thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Favorite part of this section, Elaine not realizing the curtsy her maids give her is different than what they would give each other. In the kitchens, when they do get to the Penarch's palace, in the kitchens, Elaine curtsies to the cook. Yeah. And the cook gets upset with her about it, as if she's mocking the cook.
Oh, because it's a curtsy her servants give her.
Yeah.
Oh, I was very confused at that moment. I was like, why? But no, that makes total sense.
So this chapter is essentially just them making a plan. Like, that's kind of it. Mm-hmm. They're sitting at a table, and they make a plan. And the boys all show up. We get Tom, we get Bael Doman, and we get Jewelin. They show up. Bael Doman is Bael Doman showing up is the reason they find out that Aegeanin is Sanchin. Yeah. Because obviously she did kidnap him at one point and take him hostage, which I guess turns him on.
I guess so.
Bail Doman is just into Iggyinin real quick.
So hard. And she's so into him. She's like, Bail Doman is built like a man. I'm like, okay, alrighty.
Well, and it's funny because...
Smut corner.
You clapped so close to the microphone.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I'm so sorry, podcast.
We have a different setup today. You gotta be careful.
I'm sorry. If you have headphones, I apologize.
Bail Doman and I don't remember when he met Iggyinin the first time, him being like, she's the perfect woman for me.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the first time, them having any sort of that. So it was just funny this time that he's like, now that she's not boarding his ship, he's like, well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like, she was literally like taking his livelihood and capturing him. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different there.
Yeah. So Bail Doman shows up and Nynaeve freaks out, obviously. And they channel a little bit at her to like make sure she can't leave. They keep the doors locked, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone kind of shows up one at a time and reveals that it's all going down in the Penarch's palace.
Yeah, everyone finds out at the same time. It's great.
Yeah, and so they kind of are like, all right, we got to get in there. And so they make a plan, and they don't really tell us what that plan is yet.
No, not yet. Anyways, my favorite is the like dick measuring competition that the boys all have. Like they get mad that the other one got there first, and they're like super salty that. Yeah.
Well, and then Nynaeve is right, because they're like, well, I'm the one who figured it out. And Nynaeve is like, no, the information that all three of you brought me individually isn't enough to solve this.
Yeah.
However,
all three
when
of
we
you
put it together, we're good.
Yeah. I was like, Nynaeve, big brain.
I also, I liked the moment where they're sitting around and they're like, well, I think it's Nynaeve goes, Amathera is one of three things. And they don't immediately assume something about Amathera. They know the Black Aja are evil, but they take a moment to be like, they're not like, oh, Amathera let them in. Let's go get her. They're like, all right, we need to figure out what's going on with Amathera because we don't know.
Yeah.
And she's either a dark friend, she's a captive, or I wrote them down. Or she thinks that the Black Sisters are normal Aes Sedai.
Yes, and she's
Which would have been the worst option because they could have shown up and been like, we're Aes Sedai, and the Black Sisters could have been like, you're novices. What are you? You're accepted. What are you talking about?
Could you imagine? They're like,
you were never raised to full Aes Sedai. What are these children doing here?
Children. Oh my god, can you imagine?
Gunlever actually brings up an excellent point. Plans that are not revealed before they are executed always work. If you get the plan ahead of time, it's so you see how it gets messed up.
Yeah, 100%.
This is a good time to mention that this podcast is sponsored by Audible.
What?
Audible is a website where you can download the sounds of human beings reading books so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
Do you hate squinting at night and would just like to close your eyes and have someone else read you a book like your mom used to when she loved you? Then go to audible.com, go to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly and you can get a free audiobook and a free month of Audible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just like when your mother cared about you.
Wow. That was like dark. That was real dark. Audible. If you're in Jamaica and the sun's too bright and you can't see the pages in front of you, you put it in your ears.
That was a better one.
You're welcome.
I don't know. I liked like your mom doesn't love you anymore.
Oh, that was rough.
So the girls go to bed and they bring Iggyinin with them and they're like, we hate you, but you're gonna sleep in the bed with us.
Well, I get it, because it's like, what are they supposed to do with her?
Oh, no. Or no, they put her on a pallet. She's not in the bed with them.
No.
But yeah.
Smut corner.
I just was like, yeah, I mean, I guess there's not like another room that they could lock her in or something.
Yeah, well, and they're, like, it's easier for them to keep an eye on her, and I'm assuming to, like, hold her hostage if they're present, right?
Yeah.
So that I was like, this makes sense to me. I'd probably do the same thing.
And so Nynaeve puts on a ring, a very special ring, and makes her way to Teleran Riyadh.
Yep. She goes for a little stroll.
And so she ends up in the heart of the stone again, because it's time. It's that time of the week where her and Egwene sit down, have a little girl chat.
It's that time of the week. Girls' night.
And so, of course, Nynaeve is still struggling with her clothing. She's a little bit more goated up with the sauce sexual style than I think she'd like to be. when Egwene shows up and is like, what are you doing? And then Amis and Bayer are there as well, of course, just to bring a little bit more embarrassment to Nynaeve.
Yeah,
and
it was great.
The way that Nynaeve treats...
What are those?
The way that Nynaeve treats Amis and Bayer here really, like, betrays to me that Nynaeve just doesn't like being around women who know more than her.
Yeah.
In a way that I'm like, that's kind of gross.
I think she'll learn, but she gets, like, really insecure and intimidated by strong women. Which is well, and I think that's why her and Egwene had such a problem when Egwene was finally not like a child in Emond's Field. You know what I mean? I have faith. I think she's gonna overcome it, but it's.
I hope so, because it's every time she meets any woman.
Yeah. Like,
Nynaeve just cannot seem to have a functional relationship with a woman that she is not domineering over. And it's kind of gross. And when it was just Moiraine, there were, like, more reasons for it. But with Amis and Bayer, like, you've never met these women, and your first impression towards them was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, if I met Nynaeve and she behaved that way on the first meeting, I'd be like, I'm good. I don't need to see that person ever again.
Yeah. I don't really... Like, I think, like, Nynaeve is just so out of her element. And these women make her uncomfortable because, like, she I don't think she really understands what's going on, especially with Teller and Riald. Like, being there, I think, like, is also an added element to that. Yeah. Right? You know, like, Egwene is there and, like, she's learning about it at least, but Nynaeve is just, like, putting on this ring and, like, hoping for the best, in a way.
Yeah, but it's just it points to constantly that she's the worst person for the mission that she's on, because she's such a bad spy. Like, she cannot enter any situation without just this massive ego, and, like, really hangs on her presupposed biases in a way that just gets in her way constantly.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of shocking that, like, at this point we're still dealing with this same insecurity that, like, I just cannot wait for her to get over it, because it is really frustrating that every time she meets a woman she gets defensive and antagonistic and she makes all sorts of assumptions.
Yeah, and she thinks, like, she knows best.
And she gets away with it because she's so strong in the power.
Yeah.
But I would like to like her more.
Yeah, I think someone's gonna give Nynaeve the smackdown. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna, like, I don't know, maybe, like, Leandrin's gonna hand her ass to her and, like, she'll barely escape, but, like, I don't know. Yeah, Nynaeve, I think, needs to be, like, humbled in a sense, but also needs to get over this, like, block that she has with, like, having to be angry to channel. She's a very complicated character, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and...
a lot of people are saying that she has insecurities from being a too young wisdom. Sure, but I mean, that doesn't make it nice to... Like, here's the thing. I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't like being around insecure people because I don't like dealing with their insecurities.
Yeah.
Or openly insecure people. Everyone has some insecurities. But if your entire personality, if your interactions with people is so driven by your insecurities...
Yeah.
It becomes miserable to be around you at a certain point.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I think, like, I think Nynaeve might be the person who, like, grows the most in these books, potentially. Like, I think I could definitely see that happening.
Perry Will, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Nynaeve also became wisdom too young, and the only way she could be successful in the role was by bulldozing and domineering over the women's circle. So this is the only way she knows how.
Yes.
That is not what is happening here, though. She is not meeting people that she needs to domineer over. She is meeting people that she has to work with.
No, but it is learned behavior.
I don't think it is. She doesn't know these people. Like, it is a different thing to domineer over people who you legitimately have a role over than to domineer over every single person you run into, even though they are it's from a different culture than you.
It's learned behavior.
But that makes her so incapable of intelligence.
We all have bad habits. You know what I mean? Like, we all have bad habits, and the cultures across, like, the continent are all so varied and different, right? And she grew up in Emond's Field, and this is how she learned how to do things. This is how she learned how to get shit done. This is how she, like, learned and, like, came into herself, like, became an adult. Like, your formative years are, like, so important. And I just think that Nynaeve, through her formative years, were like, I must be a bulldozer. And it's really, really hard to, like, unlearn that. And
Okay. True. I hear that. We are now a year. We are over a year into her consistently being in situations with people who know more than her and who can help her. And her not listening to them. I'm not saying
she's right.
Like,
I'm not saying she's right.
There is a point.
She's a slow learner.
There's a point where you have to go, Nynaeve, it's been a year of this.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
It's not cute anymore.
Yeah,
Grow up.
Which is why I think by the end of the series...
It's like the kid in school that still behaves like they're a freshman in college when you're a junior. And you're like, you're a junior. Get your shit together.
That's only a year difference, though, you said.
That's my point. It's been a year of Nynaeve doing the same thing.
So many people are like that. So many people are not that much different from like grade 10 to grade 11.
But those people don't have responsibility. Nynaeve has this massive responsibility that she's taken and that she says she's taking seriously. And I'm saying that I don't think she's taking it seriously. I think that she is squandering this opportunity to and obviously she gets away with it because she's so powerful, but like I find it really, I just find it frustrating.
I think she's taking it seriously. I just don't think she's very good at it.
Sure, yeah. Kenobi, thank you for joining the Nargs.
Thank you for becoming a Narg.
Jen Lee Bell, thank you for joining the Nargs. Can't say it, I'll catch up later. Just want to pop in and say hi. Hope you guys are having a blast in Jamaica.
Thank you so much.
And Sand a Sticks Dang Glokta, everything you hate about Nynaeve now will make you love her more in the future. Don't give up. Hope Nynaeve is amazing. She will grow. Oh, I'm sure she will grow. I'm sure she'll grow. We're at the, like, it's been a year, the same thing.
Oh, for sure.
And Nynaeve she comes into the situation like an idiot.
Yeah. Nynaeve is a frustrating character, which is why I think, like, she will have one of the best, like, growth arcs in the series, which I am excited for. But yeah, in this moment, you're like, Nynaeve.
I just would love for her to meet someone who knows something that could help her, and her be like, hey, teach me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm open to something.
Yeah.
She's not open to a damn thing, and it's hurting her.
Yeah.
And she's getting mocked by everyone for it and doesn't realize, which is so sad.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. All right. So Bayur is like, there is a way for you to get to where you need to go, and it's just if you like need it. Did you understand this at all?
No.
Use the need.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
I was really expecting...
So if you want really hard, Santa will bring you the gift you need. I do believe in fairies.
We need to get everyone in New York to believe in Santa so that his sleigh can fly.
Yeah.
Everyone
believe in Santa.
Well, and I thought that she was going to end up wherever Lan was. Like, I thought we were getting set up for her, like, ending up, like, outside of Lan's tent in the threefold waist or something.
That's so funny. I didn't even think about that.
Because I was like, what are Nynaeve's needs? And what she needs is that D.
She needs that D. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's actually, I didn't even think about that, but
when she said, like, you have to go towards what you need, I just figured that was where it was going to go. But instead we get Nynaeve kind of like clicking her heels together 3 times, and she ends up bouncing around the Penarch's palace a little bit.
Yeah.
She ends up in Amathira's room, where Amathira is being
tortured.
Forced to sing in the nude.
Was that in the dream or was that later?
That was in the dream. The girl's, whatever the Black Aja, she's sitting there and she's like, I'm going to teach you the song. And Nynaeve's like, what the fuck is going on? And then Amathira, like, the Black Aja is sitting facing away from her.
Right.
So Amathira sees Nynaeve and she realizes she has to pop out.
Right, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because Amathira is like, oh my god. So what are you looking at?
And so then we get to know that Amathira is not a dark friend. She's being held prisoner. So checked one thing off the list there. And she pops again into this room with a bunch of stuff in it. And she sees a lady.
A lady?
She sees a lady. And then she kind of like has like...
She has like an epiphany?
Total Recall.
Yeah. It's her.
She's like, memories...
It's all coming back to me now. Yeah.
And Brigitte shows up.
Yeah.
Because Brigitte can just show up.
Yeah. And we find out she's, like, not supposed to.
Kind of.
She's, like, there, but, like, she, like, shouldn't really be.
Because the wheel will be mad at her, I guess.
Spoiler, I'm there singing the song the Tinkers are looking for.
I don't know that is true.
No, you don't think that's
I don't think the Tinkers are looking for a song about having a train run on you. Personally. Hua, thank you for that super chat. Brigitte is better than the two of her WOTchers is better than Hawkeye.
Don't tell Hawkeye.
I don't know. Hawkeye, he's hit some pretty incredible shots. Brigitte is just there.
Yeah.
She shows up. She's like, "Hey, I've been checking you out.
And then, like,
I've been watching you."
The love of her life shows up, and Nynaeve's like, "Wow, ugly man." And I was like, "What the okay?" Like, wow, that guy looks like
so
shit.
Judgmental.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
What? And Brigitte's like, yeah, this is like the love of my life. You know, every time we get churned out by the wheel, we somehow wind up together. It's crazy. I was like, Nynaeve, you're so mean. Like, or maybe that's...
Nynaeve isn't totally difficult with Brigitte, though.
No, that's...
I guess she can show a little bit of respect to you if you're an ancient warrior from fairy tales.
Yes, who is kind of immortal in a weird way. But you can only show up when, like, the horn calls you, so...
Yeah, and so Nynaeve sees the seal on the Dark One's prison that's there, the Quendalar, sees the bracelet, and Brigitte pulls her away, and Nynaeve is like, "Tell me everything you know about Moghedien." And you called it. You last week, you were like, "Oh, it's Moghedien," when we read that section. And I didn't even know who Moghedien was at that point.
Is it Moghedien or is it Moghedien?
Moghedien.
That's
Mogadishu.
That's how I read it in my head, but I have no... Chat will tell us.
Moghedien.
That's...
Moghedien. See, I think I'm going to Gideon because of the AI on the Wave Rider in Legends of Tomorrow. So it's like my Gideon. Moghedien.
Okay. That makes sense. We're probably both wrong, so it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And so they as she's getting all this information that she needs about power.
Oh, no, it's how you say it. Okay.
Moghedien.
Yeah, I was reading it Moghedien.
Yeah.
Sex Monkey says it's debatable, so we'll go with that.
One thing I wanted to point out, a line that I wanted to point out was Brigitte says that Moghedien once promised Brigitte that she would make me weep alone for as long as the wheel turns. She said it as a fact as a fact that had simply not yet happened, or something like that. I might have misquoted. Do you think we're going to see that happen?
I think so.
Is that like a prophecy that we're going to see?
Yeah. I don't think Robert Jordan would bother mentioning that if it wasn't going to, like, be a thing. So, yeah, of course. Of course we are going to see that happen.
I like that Brigitte brought up, she was like, if I got turned up by the wheel now, I'd be a baby. Like, I can't even really help in this fight.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that, like, there's going to be other forms of resurrection. Because I think... Or Brigitte is going to be part of the fight that happens in the dream world. Because I think that we're going to get, like, Perrin and the Dream Wolves fighting some big battle. And I think Brigitte will be with him when he does.
Well, or Matt can just blow the horn and they can show up, right?
Oh, right. The horn... Oh, but the horn... Where's the horn? Where is the horn?
Oh,
Did it ever actually get back to Tarvalon?
I don't know.
Y'all, where is the horn?
Uh,
Did we forget something in this book?
Moghedien, according to the glossary.
That's Moghedien.
No, Moghedien. It has to. The emphasis has to be on the capitalized one.
Moghedien. It's Moghedien.
I'm so confused.
I am a speak and spell.
Is it in the white? I forgot. I wasn't sure.
Did
if
it get all the way back? Varian
Yeah.
brought it with the girls in book 3. Okay.
Correct.
Right. No, when Matt, with Matt and the dagger, the horn, it was all together. So
Fair enough.
Aleda has the horn.
So yeah, or she doesn't know she is the horn.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Or did they get the horn out somehow?
Who?
I don't know.
I don't think. Yeah, I definitely think it's like it's hidden there, still in a tower. That would make the most sense, I think.
Oh, so are they gonna have to like? Are the like anti-Aleda Aes Sedai gonna have to like raid the White Tower
and get the horn
to get the horn back?
Maybe.
Rad.
Yeah, that'll be
I'm
fun.
down for that. I am down for that. Yeah. So they wake up and there's some commotion in the hallway. There's some fighting. Tom probably gets cut again because Tom is just a litany of bruises and cuts at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom is looking worse for wear.
Every time he leaves, he comes back with a new one.
Yeah. I wrote down some notes. I wrote down some things at the bottom here I want to talk about Teleran Riyadh before we move on, because I think they're going to be important later on in the series.
For sure.
One is you cannot step into someone else's dream unless they want you to be there. So, like, there's, like, I thought that all dreams were in Teleran Riyadh, right? But, like, apparently, like, you have, like, Teleran Riyadh is, like, the, like, shared dream world.
Yeah.
And then people have their own dream worlds.
Yeah, so if you force your way into someone else's dream, they basically have complete control over you, whether or not they realize it.
Yeah.
Which is horrifying.
And you can force people into Teleran Riyadh, but you would be able to completely control them if you do that. Right?
Is that Teleran Riyadh or like your dream? This part was like very confusing to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was not explained very well, but like. So
they specifically say that you can force someone into Teleran Riyadh and control them in the dream world. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder, obviously that's going to happen to someone now that we know about it.
Well, and they said that it was used near the end of the Age of Legends, right? Like this was like a thing that the Dark Friend or the Forsaken did.
Yeah, so I'm wondering who's going to be the person that gets pulled into the dream world that way. And why is it going to be Matt?
And why is it going to be Matt?
He has bad luck.
Oh my god, wait. No, never mind.
What?
No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
We know it's the world of dreams. See Emethira. Yeah. There's a bunch about Tar that will make more sense later. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we know it happens in the world of dreams because Emethira is pulled into Teleran Riyadh by the Black Aja, and she's completely out of control in there.
Oh.
Yeah. So we do actually already know about that. I didn't read it that way. For some reason in my head, I was like, oh yeah, Emethira entered Teleran Riyadh, and no, of course.
Yeah.
Of course that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. That's been happening to the Taviran trio with Baalzamon. I don't know that it's been happening with the Taviran trio with Baalzamon, though, because they've been able to run away from him.
Yeah. There's definitely a measure of control.
That makes that interesting, right? Because they've been able to escape him in Teleran Riyadh. Mm-hmm. So I think that they've had a level of control. Rand obviously can enter Teleran Riyadh because he can channel. Perrin can do it because he's a wolf friend. Mm-hmm. Matt, I don't think we ever got a POV of Matt in the dream world, so he might not be able to control anything there.
No, we did, because Matt picked up the figurine with the dagger, right? Or was that when they all three were there? Oh my god, this was like book 1.
Yeah, some book 1 stuff.
Remember when there were figurines? There was a guy with a wolf, a guy with a dagger, and then I don't remember.
Well,
what the
maybe. I mean, maybe Matt has some, like, other thing, right? Matt's luck is power like Perrin's is a power, right? And maybe that's how it allows him to have some semblance of control in the dream world.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He only talks about it. You didn't see his POV. Oh, okay. I because I remember Matt, like, walking over to pick up the figurine with the dagger, and Baalzamon being like, oh, so you're that one.
I also wonder if it's partially just Robert Jordan not fully having, like, that part of it figured out when he wrote book 1. And so maybe some of the dream world stuff in book 1 doesn't line up with everything in later books. You know, like how the channeling is very different. We have not seen someone grow to be 40 feet tall since Moiraine did it.
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Neighborly friend says Baalzamon was spying on their dreams, not in Tarvalon.
Not in...
Oh, so they were in their own... Right, because if there's the Teleran Riyadh and then the dream bubbles, everyone has their own little dream multiverse universe. So Baalzamon but if he went into their dreams, they would have control over him. So I don't think that works either. Right?
Yeah,
right?
I think maybe it just was like a little bit inconsistent because because it evolved. Yeah. Okay.
You know what is consistent, though?
What?
How much I love Perrin.
You know what is also consistent?
What?
His axe is uncomfortable every time he wears it. There's always a line about it, like digging into his side or like poking him in the arm. Like there's always something, and I found that so fascinating. I was like, I see what you're doing there. I see you.
So this chapter starts with good news. The best news of the book. Loyal's okay. Guys,
Yay.
Loyal is okay.
Yeah.
Loyal and Gaul come back from having successfully destroyed, I think, the Waygate. I don't know.
I don't know if they destroyed, but he says it's like closed for good and only an Aes Sedai or like the Ogier can open it again.
Which
right?
is like not that helpful because the Forsaken are Aes Sedai. So you're like, all right, well, Lord Luke could go do it.
Well,
Unless you need like 13 Aes Sedai, if it's one of those things.
It depends if anyone remembers how.
But Lord Luke would be the one who remembers how.
Why would he be the one who
Because he was there when it happened.
When the Waygates were made?
Oh, actually, he might have been sealed up in the boar. So maybe he wouldn't have seen it, right?
I just, like, there are so many things that are, like, lost from ages past that, like, reopening, like, resetting up a Waygate, maybe, like, no one remembers how to do that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I just, in my head, I was like, oh, no, they're good. Because I don't think anyone's getting that back open again.
They bring back the news that there must be just thousands and thousands and thousands, like 7,000 Trollocs in the Two Rivers. And Lord Luke comes over and he's like, it's like 1,000. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. And I was like, Lord Luke, you're not a good person. Like, you're a bad dude. And at no point have I ever thought that you weren't a bad dude.
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yeah. No, Lord Luke gave bad vibes from the beginning.
Wheel Up Time says, you think Luke is Forsaken, Nerdy Nightly? Yes, he is Isam. Right?
He's Slayer.
And he's Isam.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, he has to be. And Perrin and him are going to go fight in whatever that tower is at some point.
Yeah.
They're going to go have their tower fight.
The tower fight.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a tower defense battle. And Perrin's going to have to place his towers, and Asam's going to send waves of Trollocs. And if Perrin can get to level 50, then he can pay 99 cents to unlock the rest of the game.
Oh my god. No, it's actually a real-time strategy.
It's an RTS.
Yeah.
But how many clicks per minute does Perrin have on his keyboard? You know what I mean? If he's under 300, he's not going to win.
He's got to get those numbers up.
Those are rookie numbers, Perrin. I know you've never seen a keyboard before. So so after Loyal and Gal arrive, we get Daniel showing up, and he's like, Perrin, there's a guy who is here to see you. We think he's here to kill you, maybe. We don't know what's going on, but like, he's here to see you. And so Perrin gets to the edge of the town, and the guy manages to say, we are coming, sent to tell you we are and then he dies.
I literally was like, oh, it's like another like part of the Two Rivers. Like there are other people coming. I felt like that was pretty obvious. Did you catch onto that?
Oh yeah. Immediately. Yeah.
I was like, that one doesn't really feel like it was like.
Because the only other humans are the only other humans in the area are the White Cloaks who are with Ordeath and the people of the Two Rivers. And so I just kind of was like, we're gonna get the like it's going to be like the Riders of Rohan showing up in the battle. And we did. Like, I wasn't surprised by that at all. I loved it.
It was great.
I was very emotional.
The moment was amazing. Like...
But yeah, no, I was not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Even though they're like, we don't know what this means. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So Perrin comes up with the idea to send Faile away. And he's like, I need you to go to Camelin and tell Morghese to send people back to save us. And he knows what he's doing. He feels bad about it. I like that he felt bad about it. He was like sorry, but he like couldn't see her being there.
Yeah.
And I like the touch that everyone else also knew.
Oh yeah. Everyone knew what was going on, including Faile.
Yeah.
Like Perrin didn't fool anybody, but like it was like a valiant effort, you know. And I appreciated it. It was sad. Like this moment, like this whole thing was heart wrenching. Like I don't know. Perrin
yeah, especially when she goes, all right, if I'm leaving, we're getting married.
Yeah.
And Perrin's like, yeah, in a year, we have customs.
Yeah. She's like, nope. Don't give a shit. We're getting married now.
That's not what she says. That's not what she says. She says, I may have fudged a couple of things with how I told our story to the Women's Council, and they think we have been together for a year, so we're actually good.
Yeah. Now we're good. And like honestly, like I'm horny, so let's get married.
Well, and I just love that Perrin's like, oh, you lied to them? Yeah, I'll go along with that.
I mean, they've been traveling together a while.
Yeah. The Women's Council doesn't know how long.
Yeah, exactly.
It has not been a year, but like, it's been an amount of time.
Who says they counted the days anyways?
Time moves differently in the ways. You don't know how long they've been together.
It's true. They were in the ways. You never know.
So they get married. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yep. That's it.
No, it's not it. Perrin's like...
Nothing else happens. No, that's the end of the book.
Perrin goes to bed. Actually, they get married after all this. There's a night. We need to talk about a very important night before it.
We do. Very important
the night before the wedding. Mm-hmm. Perrin goes to sleep, and he's in the wolf dream, and he's looking around, and the sky turns into big flat screen televisions again. And he sees three things.
They're OLED.
He sees Egwene stood among a crowd of women, fear in her eyes. Slowly, the women knelt around her. Nynaeve was one of them.
Yeah.
And he believed he saw Elaine's red gold hair. What is happening here?
She's becoming the Emerald Seat.
But why is she scared of that?
Who wouldn't be scared of that?
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know. That's the immediate thought that I had.
I kind of read it as like she's going to have some like important purpose or power that everyone is going to realize. I don't know. I think
because she's going to be like the most powerful like Dreamwalker, like she's gonna be like formidable. Mm-hmm. She's gonna become the Emerald Seat, and yeah, everyone's gonna fucking bow down to her because she can do some crazy stuff.
I could buy that. I could buy that for $1. Yeah. It definitely. I think Emerald Seat makes sense. We've never seen like the Aes Sedai bow to each other.
Six Monkey's like, she's a fucking child, maybe. That's why she's scared.
Fair. We've never seen the Aes Sedai bow to one, or maybe, no, I guess maybe they have. We've never seen the Aes Sedai like kneel before each other, except for, I guess, Moiraine in the scene in the White Tower. Mm-hmm. So I think the kneeling was what threw it off for me. Because we've only,
that's fair.
Every Aes Sedai tradition has been like, we place the thing upon you and we welcome you in, and we all kind of like stand around and like, but like we've never really seen an Amyrlin be raised, so I don't know what that ceremony is.
Yeah. And I don't think she's going to be raised in the tower, right? The tower's not going to belong to her. She's going to like gather up the good Aes Sedai, and she's going to just become Amyrlin of like this what's left, right?
Yeah, for sure. Then she sees, Perrin sees Mat naked and bound, snarling. An odd spear with a black shaft had been thrust across his back between his elbows, and a silver medallion, a fox head, hung on his chest.
This is Mat. This is Smut Corner. He's finally running into the daughter of the Nine Moons, and she's into some kinky stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like, it's very, like, because his arms are going to be like this, so it's very much a Jesus metaphor, obviously,
Oh,
right?
I thought it was like this.
Oh, maybe it's that.
Yeah, right? Like, I thought it was like
that
behind...
makes more sense.
That's what I imagined anyways.
But I don't really get how that stops you, though. Because can't you just drop the spear?
Well, I mean, not if your, like, hands are tied to it. I don't know.
You'd have to be tied to it. Oh, it says bound. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I have no idea. This could happen every night in Matt's life. I don't know what he's into.
Who knows? Maybe that was him and Lanfear.
Or maybe it was him and the two Aiel. You know what I mean? Bane and
Chad. This is the Maiden's Kiss.
They're like, if you're gonna have that spear, we're gonna tie you to it, and then we're going to pleasure you.
Hot.
Orally. I doubt it's that. I think it's going to be a very tragic, emotional moment when it happens.
I'm sure it is. I'm trying to make light of it now, so I don't cry.
And then we get Rand in rags and a cloak that does not look very good, and a bandage covered his eyes.
That means he's hurt. I've read enough fantasy, and I've played enough video games, and I've watched enough shows. If there's a bandage around your head, it means the character is hurt.
Do you think we're going to get the trope of the magic user who loses the ability to see and has to learn to see in a different way? It is a trope, right? Like, it is a thing. It is in so much media. It happens in Rebels. It happens in... I probably shouldn't name things where I'm, like, spoiling the plot of these things. But, it's literally the Daredevil character.
I could see that. Yeah. I could see that. Or, like, it's either that or it's some weird, like, Aiel, like, test he has to do where he has to, like, do something blindfolded. I don't know. That yours makes more sense.
It reminds me though that like the I can't remember the guy's name, but the other guy who was in Ruidian with him clawed his own eyes out. So I wonder if Rand's gonna go through a test and end up clawing his own eyes out, which will be violent, and I don't want to see that. But
yeah, I don't love that at all.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if he ends up being blind, but then like using the one power to see, and then because he's using the one power to see all the time, and he's always connected to the one power, the taint like gets in him faster.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about something else later about the taint. That's fine. And so then Perrin plays hide and seek again with Slayer, and they're playing hide and seek real good this time. But Perrin, he's learned some tricks.
Playing it real good.
They're playing real good.
Yeah.
And he manages to land a blow on Slayer.
Yeah, shoots him in the chest.
And then Slayer's gone.
Slayer's gone. And then Perrin wakes up.
Yeah.
And he watches Lord Luke or does he watch?
He doesn't see,
no.
but they're like, dude, Lord Luke just like barreled out of here.
He's hurt. He's like clutching, like hunched over, and he's not in good shape. And Perrin is like, yeah, I knew that guy was bad news.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah,
of course.
Like, who didn't see that coming?
Anyone who disagrees with Loyal is a bad character.
Yeah.
I'm saying it now.
That's how this goes.
If Loyal delivers information and another character goes, nah, it's going to be fine, that person is evil.
If we meet Loyal's mother and she contradicts him, she is evil.
Loyal's mother is evil. Okay? Loyal just wants to be a free Ogier. He just wants to travel the world and write a book.
Right.
And his mom is like, no, you have to marry some random person you don't know. And Loyal's like, I might be open to it if she's hot, but like... I did like that. Or they meet that one female Ogier, and Loyal's like, it wouldn't be that bad to be married to her.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
Loyal is secretly a horn dog.
Yeah.
Secretly a horn dog. And so, this is where he tells Faile she has to go.
Yeah.
And they get married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did appreciate this. This is crazy. Half an hour later.
Yeah.
What did you think about Aram standing with Perrin at his wedding?
Aram, I think, is going to become a very important character.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, reading book 1, didn't think so.
Yeah, and seeing the show, I did not think that. I thought that was a small part. I thought the actor was excellent.
Yeah.
But now that I'm seeing how important Aram is in this, and what I'm assuming is going to be a lot more in the future.
Yeah.
Great job casting him. That actor's great, and I'm really happy that we're gonna see more of him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be kind of like Perrin's bodyguard almost. I don't know. Here's the thing: he's never held a weepon in his life, and he's training right now, but he's got some catching up to do.
Dedication can go a long way, though. You know what I mean? He's so into the he's so into this newfound fear. Which is what it is, right? He's picked up this weapon out of fear, and he's going to go use fear as the motivating factor to get shit done. And that can get you, that'll teach you how to use that weapon real quick, fear. That'll drive you hard.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, and obviously the Two Rivers boys were able to pick up fighting real quick, so I don't see why Aram can't either.
Yeah. I don't think he'll ever be as good an archer as the Two Rivers boys, but not anyone can be. They're all Hawkeye level archers.
Yeah. You're just maybe they're born with it.
It was nice to have. It was nice to have a Two Rivers chapter where everything wasn't awful.
Yeah, there's some nice things in there. It's good to see.
That will be the last time.
Yeah.
In this book. So the Penarch's palace. We're going into the palace with Elaine and Nynaeve. Elaine's feet are so soft that the cobblestones tear them up when she steps on them for 4 steps.
I'm shocked. What, the princess has soft soles? She probably has a feet OnlyFans.
So yeah, they have they're bringing the white. What do you want me to say to that?
I don't know.
They're bringing the white ice peppers, which I would love to try these. You wouldn't, but I would love to try them.
I'm okay, thank you.
And they've hidden somehow Bail Doman, ship captain. He ship captained, and he got the clothing of the servants, and I love that Aegyanin is so appalled at having to go undercover.
Yeah.
I love that they brought her. They could have just tied her up.
Well, the moment
left
where
her in the bed.
The moment where like and we kind of glazed over this a little bit, but where Tom gets attacked by the
Sanchin in the hallway
guy, the Seeker, I think it is his title. Yeah. Aegin like jumps out in the hallway and is like in her like underclothes or whatever, and like freaks out, loses it. So Sanchin obviously have interesting ideas of modesty, especially like because like the royals' servants are like basically nude.
Yeah.
But like here's the thing, like if you were serving like the royal family, you would. I don't know. That one is like kind of confusing to me. I'm sure it will be explained later on, but I don't really understand where that idea comes from.
For sure, I don't either.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get into the palace pretty easily. Bail Doman, the book is set up that Bail Doman goes there a lot. This is another way. Robert Jordan, he likes to seed these things through his book so that when something like this happens, it doesn't feel like, like some media, you're like, how did they get in there? That's like we just said that about the first episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, where it's like, that's a little convenient.
Yeah.
This is a moment where like Bail Doman's like, oh no, like I know the guards, let me talk to them. And I have been here for a year. I've developed a relationship, and I can make this happen. Yeah. And then he does exactly the way that his character is set up to do it. And it's moments like this. This is why I love Robert Jordan's writing so much. But they do get in. They go meet the cook. She's no Laris. You know what I mean? She's no Laris. And they go into the storeroom, and Elaine is pissed.
Elaine is pissed. Oh,
yeah. Elaine is like, you have so much food here, and everyone's starving.
Yeah, the city is starving, and you have food in excess, like gross excess. And I was like, that's where Elaine like shows her heart, right? You know, she had like her privilege obviously is very evident in a lot of what happens to her, but she also like cares so much, and I love that so much about her.
While they're in the storeroom, they run into my favorite named Aes Sedai in these books.
Your favorite?
Yeah, her name is Marilyn Gemelfin.
Okay.
Like, what a choice. So they run into Marilyn Gemelfin, who they know because she's playing with cats. And so we have found the Aes Sedai for you to play.
That's me!
We found the character. Clarus is evidenced by the fact that if she sees a stray cat outside, she will try and pet it.
Guys, there are so many cats around Jamaica, and they're so cute. They're so, like, tiny compared to, like, fat American cats. Oh my god, I love them. Anyways.
And so Marilyn Gemelfin doesn't recognize them, thankfully.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's there, and then she's not there when they come back out of the storeroom.
Well, they get real nervous, because, like, you can tell when a woman can channel, right?
If you have to focus, though. Unless they are channeling.
If you, like, really, like, give them a good, like, look over, fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that moment could have been really bad.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. But the bad moments are to come. And so they leave and they split up. The chief cook notices them and is like, where's you going? And I was like, oh, you don't recognize that they're not. Okay, cool. You need to take this. And then Elaine is like, I'm going to give you a nice little curtsy. I'm gonna be polite. And the cook loses it.
Yeah, she's like, you're mocking me. Yeah, that moment, like, I didn't quite understand it, but as soon as you explained it, I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. Also, you learn about Morghese through her daughter. True. I do, like, I think that Elaine is definitely a reflection of Morghese because we haven't spent a lot of time with her.
I think she's a reflection of the old Morghese. I don't think she's a reflection at all of the Morghese we're going to see next time we see her.
Absolutely.
And that makes me sad.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have gotten that without Elaine, and so we're going to get to see the difference there, and it's great. I love it.
I agree with that. So they leave, they run away. They grab that tray, they run away. It's more white ice peppers for the princess, or the Panarch, sorry. And they go up to the Panarch's room. And this is the one place where I'm like, this is absolutely correct. Where they're in the right garb, and so they can go wherever they want, and nobody cares. I have catered so many events where because I was in the black shirt, black tie, black pants, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah,
no one questions
looks at you.
Here's the thing. If you're ever catering and you need a break, pick up a box and just start walking. No one is going to ask you where you're taking that box. Just pick up a box and just start walking.
Yeah.
And go find a room that no one's in, sit down for 5 minutes, pick your box back up, go to the kitchen, keep working. You'll get an easy 5-minute break, and no one will ask. I have
No, it's
literally
true.
I've catered in people's like very rich people's apartments in New York City, and they have these massive homes, and I've just like gone and sat in a bedroom for like 20 minutes because I'm working, and they just assume that like that's where I'm supposed to be. As long as like the head of the house doesn't find you, you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
People, if you're dressed in the right uniform, people don't ask questions. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever want to get into an office building, just bring a suitcase. Have like a official looking suitcase and be in a full suit.
Yeah.
And just like say like, I'm so sorry, I'm late. Can you just buzz me through really quick? 9 times out of 10, you'll get through. So she busts open. They like kick down Amathira's door because Elaine is like, I can feel the channeling.
Yes.
Again, and I'm gonna have like my sparkly fingers ready. You kick the door in, and then I'm gonna get him by surprise.
Right? Like they hear singing.
Well, yeah, but you don't kick the door in because you hear singing.
No.
You
but
kick
like
the door in because.
But
you're
I think
like,
she connects the dots, right? Because Nynaeve would recognize what was happening, or was it?
It was Elaine, not Nynaeve.
Did they split up already?
Yeah, Elaine and Aegeanin have gone to Amathira's room. Nynaeve is off on her mission.
Right. Sorry, my bad.
So Aegeanin kicks in the door, and Elaine takes out a full Aes Sedai. She shields her, she puts her down, and this is where I got frustrated.
Really?
Yes. Kill her.
The blockage?
Yeah. Why are you leaving her alive? 3 oaths. What's the third oath? You cannot use the power to kill unless it's to harm or kill unless it's shadow spawn or dark friends. You kill you do not leave her to fight another day. You kill that woman.
Yeah.
1,000 times out of 1,000, Aegeanin should have slit that woman's throat. I know that Elaine is
never killed somebody.
but Aegeanin has. Aegeanin is a warrior. Aegeanin is a ship captain of the Sanchin who led an insurrectionist army that took over a third of a continent. That woman has murdered. There is no reason why they let the Black Aja girl in this room live. It is a terrible decision. And it makes them look weak. You kill that girl. There's no question.
I don't know.
If you can't take her with you, you kill her. What are you talking about? I don't know. She is a literal agent of the devil.
No, I know. Okay, I know.
Who has been torturing this woman for days, ransacked a city, killed like 19 Aes Sedai in the tower when they left. Like, you are literally looking at like a magic terrorist.
No, here's the thing.
And you're going to let her live?
I agree with you, but also I feel very conflicted about it. I agree with you because like I'm half and half. Yes, but also as soon as you start going around murdering people, like you're not much better than the Black Aja.
That is not how war works. They're going to have to kill people by the end of this. They're just going to have to.
I know
You're
that.
at war with the literal devil. Evil incarnate is the bad guys here.
Yeah.
And you're going to let one of the most powerful people on the side of the dark just go.
It's tough because like you want. I don't know. I don't know. I feel super conflicted about it because it's like, well,
how do you feel conflicted? What
lock her up and like
they can't though.
Like,
no,
I don't
at the
really
moment where
believe
you
in,
realize
capital punishment.
Okay, but this is not capital punishment. This is not she stole something and we're going to kill her for it. She is a magical terrorist who has the ability to kill at will whenever she wants. Mm-hmm. And she's shown that she's going to do that.
I know.
And she is evil. She's not like a person who like in a fit of passion killed somebody else.
Yeah.
She has morally connected her soul to the devil.
I know. Like I said, I'm conflicted. I get it.
Or at least still her. Figure it out and still her.
She's dead anyways.
Then kill her. You know what I mean? Like, if the Dark One needs 13 Aes Sedai to turn Rand, then you start killing off those Aes Sedai so that he can't turn Rand and bring about the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Elaine wasn't prepared to do that because I just feel like the warrior queens of Andor would be a little bit more, would have a little bit more backbone in this moment to do what needed to be done.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't leave evil people alive in war. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Dakuna says, but she's really nice to cats. This isn't the same Aes Sedai, is it?
No, that's not the brown Aja.
That's not the brown Aja. This is the other Aes Sedai. The one who's really nice to cats is it's Tamale. Hot Tamale is the Aes Sedai in the room there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I feel conflicted about it because like I understand exactly what you're saying and I do kind of agree with you, but like
Elaine hasn't reached the point of murdering dark friends on the spot. Fair. I don't know. Robinson says leaving dark friends alive to bother the main characters later is a consistent problem in Wheel of Time. Many of the characters suffer from the noble hero trope.
Well, and Elaine...
Look, I'm just saying, if I was on the team, this war would end so much faster. I would be killing these people left, right, and center. I don't care. If you work for the literal devil, I will kill you.
The thing about Elaine is you have to... Like, I imagine Elaine is brought up with a very strong sense of right and wrong and trial and judgment, right? Like...
But she's also... Her mother has, like, led armies into battle in war. Like, she would understand the realities of war. It's different for Nynaeve, for me. Because Nynaeve is from a small town. She has no concept of battle.
Yeah, but I'm sure, like, Morghese didn't just, like, murder every, like, general. I'm sure there were prisoners. I'm sure she was able to get information. I'm sure people put on trial.
I'm saying in this moment, if you cannot get that girl out, you kill her. She's literally evil. She's murdered so many people. How many more... Here's the real question. How many more lives are you comfortable with that person taking that are your responsibility now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, but also it sucks. Like, I'm just... I don't know. I am very conflicted on this. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's weird to me. It's very gray. I think that the choice is pretty consistent with the character.
It's not gray at all. This is black and white. And she made the white choice, which is the wrong choice in this situation. But it's not gray. This is not like I think it's is Hot Tamale a dark friend? Does she work for the devil? They are very aware that they have murdered many Aes Sedai in the name of the devil.
Yeah.
And people that she knew.
I think that, like, the choice is consistent with Elaine, though. Like, if Elaine had just straight up murdered her, like, I don't think that would have really felt in character.
It would have 100% to me. Elaine so consistently brings up that she's a warrior queen of Andor. That she is going to be a queen of Andor. And queens of Andor ride into battle with their men. If you told me that the woman who was brought up to believe that she would one day ride with her men into battle killed an enemy of the state who was a murderer while that woman was torturing another woman, I would buy that. I would have not blinked at all.
She's not queen yet, right? She's not queen yet. She's not even a full Aes Sedai yet. Like, maybe she doesn't feel like it's her responsibility to make that choice, or that she even has, like, the authority to make that choice.
I would have just let Emethira finish her off.
Emethira
starts going at her, and Elaine stops her, and I just let her finish her off. Why? What? If you don't stop her, you didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Nerdy is a white cloak confirmed.
I'm not a white cloak.
Chat seems to think that you sound a lot like a white cloak.
No, because I'm not saying that I the difference between the white cloaks and this situation is that the white cloaks don't have evidence.
They believe
Elaine
that they do.
has evidence.
No, they believe that they do.
Okay, but their belief that No. They believe in their beliefs. That is not the same thing as evidence.
I'm just saying.
There is a difference between that woman murdered people, and I know that it's true, and she has admitted to it into my face, and I heard from someone that someone in that town is a dark friend, so I'm going to go cause a ruckus until I can force someone to confess through torture. Those are not the same situation at all.
I don't think the white cloaks would see it that way.
No, because they're wrong. Because their whole worldview is messed up.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, right? It's one of those instances where I think that this is an incredibly difficult choice to make. They're in the heat of the moment right now. Like,
okay, it's
Elaine
an incredibly
has, like,
difficult choice
stuff
to make,
to get
but people
done.
are going to die because she does this.
Sure, yeah.
Good people, innocent people are going to die because she does this. Yeah. If you want to be a leader, if you want to be a queen, you are failing people right now. She fails them. And I don't think you could convince me otherwise. I have the same problem in a lot of fantasy series though, because they want their good guys to be such good guys that you just fight the same bad guy over and over and over again because of whatever. I feel like we've gone on long enough about this, so we can move on. I'm not going to convince you. You're not going to convince me, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like an important discussion.
Yeah.
Because like a chat also seems to be very divided on it as well. So
she's still a Disney princess.
It's it's one of those things where it's tough. Like this is something where everyone is going to have their own personal opinion on it, and it doesn't, like, I don't think anyone's, like, correct in this situation. Like, I don't think there is a right answer, right? Like, everyone will have their own lines and their own personal experiences, and that's why it's tough, and that's why it's important to, like, talk about it, but it's a difficult thing.
Chad is really on about me being a white cloak right now.
Well, someone says it once, and then everybody.
And I went so hard on the white cloaks in like the early books that now they're like, I get it, I know where it's coming from. So we find out that despite the fact that I think Amathura genuinely does like the ice peppers,
but she was forced to eat.
Yeah, I don't think she'll eat them ever again.
I don't think she. Yeah.
I think ice peppers have been ruined for the woman.
It's like when you have too much vodka and you get so ill and you're like, I can never have vodka again. Like the smell of it just makes me sick.
All right, I'll do white cloak. You guys can make white cloak jokes, but don't call me nerdy Bornhold. I don't want to be associated with that family.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, Jeffrem fine, but like Dane, what a little. We're gonna get to why Dane is the most
Dane is the worst.
Dick little.
The absolute worst.
Oh my god, yeah. That's another one that I would have just killed myself, but that's fine. I'm an aggressive human.
You could never be Batman.
No, but Batman's also wrong.
Sometimes.
Kill the Joker. At the point where there is a certain number of people that he's murdered where you just kill him.
Yeah.
And you don't let him keep coming back to kill more people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's tough.
there's a line where you're like, at this point it's my fault, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
So Nynaeve, let's catch up with her because she goes down, and she realizes that the servant that she sees is a fake servant.
A fake servant?
Yeah. It's like a fake face. It's like the face technology from Mission Impossible.
Oh, well, first she finds the object she's looking for.
Yeah.
And Nynaeve goes and finds the collar and the bracelets.
Yeah, and this everyone walks in, and Nynaeve is like dusting the collar and bracelets, like trying to be like, don't be suspicious.
Nynaeve is dusting.
Yeah, Nynaeve is like dusting the collar, like going full like, don't be suspicious. Don't be
I'm
suspicious.
supposed to be here. And Moghedien shows up.
Dero, think of that. Think of that super chat. It's moral stance. No man can walk so long in the shadow that he cannot come again into the light. Would you deny her possible Ingtar moment? Yes, I would. I would.
What about Aegyanin?
What has Aegyanin done?
What do you mean, what has Aegyanin done?
She does not work for the devil.
Some would argue the Sanchin are not much better.
The Sanchin are people who are wrong.
Okay.
But that's their culture. I'm not going to murder people because their culture is different from mine.
So if Aegyanin's culture is slavery, there's a reason that the U.S. went to war with one another.
Oh, sure. I would be willing to fight in that war. But Aegyanin, in none of these moments, is in charge of anything or being an antagonist.
Sure, I'm just saying, like, as an example, like, Aegyanin,
Kill her for what
can
purpose,
be redeemed.
But she's in the process of being redeemed.
Yeah, so...
Amathura is in the process of torturing a woman. Do you really want to go back into it? Like, I can fight that argument. I can go down about this for 4 hours.
No, Nynaeve...
Aegyanin is not in the same position. Aegyanin comes to them, eats with them, and talks with them, and is already, by the time they realize that she's Sanchin, she is already post kind of the ability to hurt them.
Yeah, but just because Hot Tamale is like further into the darkness, it's the
Sanchin are not the actual devil. There is a difference between being morally aligned with the literal devil and murdering innocent people for fun than going to war with another country. Those are fundamentally different things. And you can't just murder people because you don't understand them.
I would murder people who who have slaves.
Okay.
I didn't like it's I don't know. I don't think there's like a right answer here. Especially the more that we talk about it. There's no right and wrong. Like the Sanshin also like suck pretty bad.
Then okay, but then if you're ever in a situation like this, people are going to die because of you. Whereas like with a Guinan, that's not what's going to happen. They have control over Guinan. There is literally no reason to kill her. They have all the power in that situation. They would be killing a defenseless woman who can't do anything to stop them. A Guinan doesn't have the one power. Amathira, Hatamale literally is one of the most powerful magic users in the world. And the magic makes it different. Because she's an Aes Sedai who's tied with the Dark One.
Does that make her more powerful? Of course she's powerful. I don't know. Methany, thank you for the super chat.
Methany, perhaps for next week, but how, if at all, has your attitude changed towards the Sanshin shifted from their evil?
Well,
their ideology is evil, but the individual people within it aren't evil. But their ideology is.
Yeah, I mean, it gets into the ideas of, like, if you are grown up and raised a certain way and kind of, like, in a sense, brainwashed, how much individual responsibility can that person carry? You know?
Hatamale chose.
Yeah.
To go
I'm
with
not saying
devil.
that in comparison. I'm just saying.
Guinan was raised in the Sanshin culture, and in the situations where they have power over the two women, one of them is an evil magic user who is their equal, and the other is a woman who has no power, and has shown them nothing but kindness.
I'm just saying it's hard. I've never been in a situation where like I've had to like make that choice before, and I don't.
And you won't. Like you're never going to be.
Well, no, but that's what I mean. Like I don't think like. I don't think everybody thinks that one choice is the wrong or the right one. I think everybody is like split on it, and that's why it's interesting. Like everyone has a different view of it.
That's where we got to a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Are we good? Can we?
Yeah, I was talking about the Sanshin, and then you brought it back to Hatamale. So Nynaeve.
Go.
Nynaeve's dusting away, and she sees some servant walking up to her, and she's like, "Wait a second. Wait a second. I know that face." And surprise, it's Moghedien. And Moghedien is very surprised that Nynaeve is able to recognize her and like lashes out with the power at her.
Yeah.
And they have big epic battle. Is basically. But like you can't see it because it's all like power. So like
I love the line where it's like if a random person were to walk by.
If we were walking by, they'd just be like.
I read that in like the Discovery Channel like narrator speech where it's like if a random person were to walk by at this moment, they would see nothing but two women staring at each other in a hallway.
Oh God! Watch the penguins in their natural habitat.
The penguins. Yeah, so she breaks the glamour on Moghedien, and then they start just throwing the power at each other, and it sounds so cool, and I don't want to see it in live action because honestly, I don't think the show could possibly make this moment as cool as it is in my head. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I literally
don't
know
it in live
how
action.
They would represent it.
But like the version of this that plays in my head is so wild and fantastical.
Yeah.
That I can't even fathom it coming to screen.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like, and like I feel like we're pretty creative people. I don't know how you do that, and I like, you know, good luck. Because like it would almost be really funny if it was just them standing there staring at each other for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that would make me laugh because I read the books. But like if you were watching the show and you hadn't read the books, you'd be like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think we're gonna get the same thing as we did at the end of season 1, where the camera's just gonna circle around them, and every time it passes behind someone's back, it's gonna flip to either channeling or not channeling.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Samantha's right. Someone will walk by and see nothing. We'll get it from like there. Here's the thing, and this is what gets dangerous about these one power fights is. It goes to the X-Men problem. And the X-Men problem is a film problem of how do you make people moving things with their mind look like they're not constipated. And it's a problem that has been around ever since the first X-Men movie, when Magneto would move things with his mind. And now Magneto, the way that the original Magneto did it, Ian McKellen, is that he would be very calm and serene and very focused. And then throughout the X-Men series, more and more, they got more into like the shaking until the veins like popping out of their forehead as they're like trying to move stuff across the room.
I'm thinking really hard. Yeah.
And a lot of times it looks really bad.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to see how they pull this off. I thought that they did a really good job in the pilot of Wheel of Time with how much movement there was in what Maureen was doing. And so I'm hoping for a lot more movement in the One Power.
Yeah.
To make it visually interesting. Because if we literally get Moghedien and Nynaeve kind of like doing this into the camera and it's like extreme close-ups of their faces as they like... I think it kind of is... It makes me giggle.
Yeah, this might be kind of weird, but I would rather it look more like Last Airbender animation style. Like, but like a little more natural. Honestly, in the pilot, I think that it was really cool visually.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nynaeve kicks ass.
Rohit Mukundin says, Carrie does it best. The original movie, it's chilling. Yes. Agreed. But Nynaeve manages to kind of hold Moghedien at a standstill. Yeah. Which is crazy impressive. I also liked...
She's really mad.
The internal monologue of Nynaeve being like, why am I like making myself angry right now? I think I'm making myself angry because I know I need to channel. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And
she's gonna have to get over
that. We hear a name, I think for the first time, that I think is really important because I think I know who it is. So we hear the Forsaken say that she's going to give Nynaeve to Raven.
Yeah.
Or Raven, because it's got an H in it.
Yeah.
Who do you think Raven is?
He's a Forsaken.
Yeah, but who?
Who?
We've met him. I think I know who it is.
Oh, you think Raven is Morgase's shoulder?
Yeah, because Moghedien says that Raven is the one who likes women and has one wrapped around him already. And so I think that is Morgase that she's talking about there.
Gross. Yeah, no, you might be right.
So I definitely think that Raven is Lord Gabriel.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and then we learned something...
I don't like that at all.
We learned something really fun about the collar and bracelets. Because if you put the collar on a man and a woman wearing the bracelets, she can make him do whatever she wishes. But he will still go crazy, and so will she.
Yes, that she experiences that through him.
And then she kind of talked about how you can share a man through the bracelets, and there's all sorts of
He it won't be as powerful, but you will go mad half as quickly. Yeah.
Moghedien kind of starts reading the instruction booklet for the bracelets. She's so if you share the man. You can split the craziness, but...
Well, and it's funny, this tactic to give the reader information, right? Moghedien is trying to distract Nynaeve, is trying to make her fumble, is trying to, get her off balance. Mm-hmm. And because of that, we as the readers, we get to find out all this stuff, which is nice.
Yeah. And then Jane Caid, I don't know how to pronounce her name, shows up, and she has a danger flute. She's got a danger flute.
She's got a rod.
She's got a thick rod.
Big black rod.
The real difficulty was trying to hold the rod without making it look like a cock. Thank you, Rosamund Pike.
Our Lord and Savior.
Oh, what a quote.
Oh my God.
And so she blows balefire.
She starts blasting. Well, I mean, I love the moment where Nynaeve is
blasting.
Nynaeve is oh, I just did that to a Forsaken.
Yeah.
I did that. I was yeah, girl, yeah, you did.
Yeah, she stills her and holds her in the air. Oh, yeah, before Jain shows up, she, stills Moghedien and holds her in the air.
Do you think she's stilled?
Not still, sorry, shields.
Oh,
They don't do anything permanent in this series because why would you?
Yeah.
Why? Back. Yeah. I mean, I guess they did. At the end of book 3, they did. They finally took out Ishamael.
Mm-hmm. Y'all, make sure you smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
If you can hear my voice, you are legally obligated to smash that like button. You're welcome.
We will sue you. We will take you to court if you don't smash that like button.
We won't win. It'll just lose us a lot of money.
So the girls kind of did what they set out to do.
Yeah, they actually they got shit done. They found out some good information. They're set up in a really interesting way to move forward. Mm-hmm. I loved all of this, and I love that the balefire rod literally just consumed whatever. Karam Jade.
You think it killed her?
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting.
She's dead.
Because in the POV we just kind of get when Nynaeve finally looks up, they're both gone.
She's dead.
Interesting.
she's because like this specific to Terangriel, right, is what it's called.
Chat's bringing up Nynaeve did try to still Moghedien but failed.
Sure,
she didn't know how.
Which fair. But yeah, she like looks up and she's
And
thinking
Moghedien,
about
the
how
thing about
the rod was like documented, and it says it's nearly impossible to control.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead.
All right.
I
think it's possible
claim.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think also Moghedien is a good starter Forsaken for Nynaeve.
Starter Forsaken?
Because she's at her full power in the dream world, but she's a less powerful Forsaken in the real world. So this was a good like first Forsaken. Like I think that Lanfear would be a bad first Forsaken to fight.
Well, and Moghedien is probably like each Forsaken probably has like strengths and weaknesses, right? And Moghedien has like kind of mastered this manipulation thing where he's in the shadows. But once Nynaeve has like broken that, the illusion, and she realizes who it is and what's happening, she's like Moghedien loses her edge, right? And I think that's why Moghedien is so sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And so they basically are running out of a crumbling building. This is going to look really cool in live action.
Yeah.
As they escape into the streets. I hope they have enough money to have enough extras for this because it's so cool. They've essentially, Jewel, Tom, and Bail Doman's men have been spreading rumors to start a riot. And the riot begins. And so everything goes a little bit haywire. But fortunately, as they're leaving, they have Bail Doman and his men there creating a little bit of barrier. They can get out. And they're running away. And they're kind of like telling each other the stories of what happened. And everyone's like, Nynaeve, you did what? And Nynaeve's like, yeah. And then... Elaine is like, I also stilled like a Black Aja, like I'm also pretty badass, so Elaine is like, yeah, so I convinced Amethira to work in the kitchen here for a while.
I want to know what Elaine did to Thera. Very, very good undercover name. I want to know what Elaine did.
I think that she spanked her.
She spanked her?
Yeah, it's a Robert Jordan book.
It
was a spanking.
You're right, it was definitely a spanking.
Master Jarl, thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Your mountain message will be public. That's so funny.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys, the super chats are amazing. And
yeah, you guys already covered the extra cost for the premium Wi-Fi, so we're Gucci.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. They were like, it's $30 for the week for the premium Wi-Fi. And we were like, we're content creators. Just put it on.
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
We have a live stream to do. We will take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like a lot of the people with us were like $30 for the week is a lot, and I was like,
we were like,
is it?
No.
Do you not work online?
Yeah, we pay so much for internet.
Yeah. Premium Wi-Fi because we want to spend time with you all. You make our week so much better.
Yeah. If you popped in for the test stream, thank you for being there. That was fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Amaranth got a spanking.
Oh my god. Amaranth, we love you. Please don't sue us. We have a massive amount of respect for you, and everything that you do.
I guess.
Can
honestly,
you buy us a gas station?
Here's the thing.
What?
I could actually see Amaranth playing this character with the pouty mouth.
That would be so funny.
Right?
That would be the best cameo.
Yeah, best cameo.
No,
I'm into it.
Amaranth should be Elaine.
Should be Elaine?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she. I don't know. I don't think
She's
the
a
look
redhead.
is right.
Amaranth could be one of the Aiel.
No, I think Amaranth would definitely be a good parent. She's got the pouty face. She's got the personality for it. I totally think.
Oh no, she'd be great.
I can see that 100%.
You're right. When we do the animated version, when we do the Nerdy Nightly animated Wheel of Time, we'll have Amaranth come in and play.
Perfect. Yeah.
We'll have her mocap. So Nynaeve reveals the bracelets and the Quendalar seal to the team, and Bail Doman's like, "Oh, I did be having one of them seals once upon a time." And Nynaeve was like, "Yeah, sure." And we're
sure
like,
you did.
No, he did.
And we're like, no, actually.
I kind of wish Guinan had spoken up in that moment and be like,
said,
"No, he did. We took that off of you."
I know. Well, because then they would have like at least had an idea where another one of the seals was, but maybe that'll be like.
Well, that one's broken, so it doesn't matter.
I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah.
Because that was one of the one that broke at Falma.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
there's only 4, I think, that are still sealed. Mm-hmm. But you did bring up the Black Aja never found the seal because Moghedien had been hiding it with the power.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very,
was
very
very
cool.
fun.
Which makes me think, like, what else has been hidden with the power? Like, where are we going to find stuff that looks like something else?
I didn't think
Wait.
about that.
Wait. Could there have been Aes Sedai that took their oaths, but on something that looked like the rod, but isn't the rod?
I think that other Aes Sedai in the room would have sensed. Well, I don't know if it's.
But then if the Black Aja didn't sense this, right? Like, what if, like, Moiraine never actually said her oaths properly because Swan traded out the oath rod for something else?
And it was just like.
What if that's what's happening in the show? What if, you know how she, like, gave the oath not to come back until the Amerlin asks you to?
Uh-huh.
What if that wasn't the actual oath rod? It just looked like the oath rod and they had switched it out with the power? You could do anything with that, right? Like, there's so much, like, storytelling potential.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Then how can you trust anything?
The special rod theory.
Huh. Yeah, how would you be able to trust anything? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
A faux rod. That would be fun. I would love to start playing around with fake rods. And yeah, so this is the end of the girls. This is the end of the girls' storyline. They're like, let's go out into the ocean and drop the bracelets at the bottom of the sea. That can't go poorly.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna find that again.
Chapter 56. Golden Eyes. I like that this chapter's called Golden Eyes.
Perrin. Basically, Emond's Field wins.
Yeah.
Chapter 56.
No, there's so much to get into here.
No, I know.
So Perrin is sitting writing a letter to the love of his life. His
and
wife.
It's so beautiful and poetic. He's like, this isn't good enough. And I'm like, dude.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. And so the Trollocs, thousands of them are coming. And so everyone, they run outside to get started, right? The White Cloaks are sitting there on the green. And Perrin is like, what are you doing? And Dane Bornhold is like, we're leaving. Yeah. And Perrin is like, what?
What? Oh.
You suck.
Yeah, you're the worst.
Yeah. And they basically fight until Perrin says, my favorite line, maybe in all of the series so far, run or stay if you can remember your men. If you need to find the courage, look at the women, Bornhold. Any one of them is braver than the whole lot of you White Cloaks. And I was like, I cannot wait for this speech. When Perrin gets to put his big boy pants all the way on.
Yeah. No, I loved that moment so much.
Yeah, and it just reminded me of a lot of, like, the speeches in Lord of the Rings. And I just hope it gets that moment, because it's such a good line.
But it is not this day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You could film this scene to be exactly like that. You put the White Cloaks in the middle, you put Perrin on one side, you surround them with the Emond's Fielders, right? And the Emond's Fielders are there, they're ready to fight, but you can just see the look in their face.
Perrin's like, when did Saruman the Wise abandon reason from madness?
Yeah, and you, for the TV version of this, you have everyone looking a little bit saggy, with the White Cloaks in the middle looking proud. You build up to this line, and when he delivers it, you just see the change. The Emond's Fielders, they get that, like, rod up their back. They're stone straight, and you see the defeat in the eyes of all the White Cloaks. This could be, like, the moment of a season in terms of dialogue. Yeah. And it's just so good. I read it, and I was like, I want to go to war with Perrin. I'm riding right behind him.
Golden Eyes!
Yeah, it's me and Aram back to back beside his stepper. You know what I mean? Like, I was, like, ready. I was so in.
Yeah, it was so good.
And it just speaks so much to the growth in Perrin. He's such he's a good leader.
Yeah.
It's a little sexist, but, like, it's the times. You can't get around that, but it's really, it's such a good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it a lot.
So Dane Bornhold agrees to stay, obviously, because he's just had his, like, manhood eviscerated in front of the entire town and all of his men.
Yeah.
But only if Perrin agrees to be arrested at the end of all this.
Yeah. Perrin's like, all right, fine.
Yeah. So
if you help us out, then yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
They set up to fight. The Aes Sedai are fussing over the catapults. We're never going to agree about the catapults. I'm sorry, chat. And so they kind of just, like, get down and dirty. And Varen, right before the battle starts, we get like one last funny Varen moment where she's like, could I only split myself into 3? I would latch on to each of you.
Yeah.
And follow you every moment of the day and night, even if I had to marry you.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Varen, that's like the most honest thing an Aes Sedai has ever said.
It's the closest Varen has ever said, come to being like, I want to be a Green Asha.
Oh my god. Yeah, that moment was, I liked that one.
And as this happens, they hear Isam for the first time coming out of the trees.
Yeah.
Isam. It's like what's the name of the door smasher in Return of the King? Grom.
Grom.
They hear Isam coming out of the trees.
The door smasher.
The door. What is that called? There's a name for those things.
Yes, I think it starts with a B.
Oh my god. It's not a door smasher. That's so stupid. It's not a door. There's a name, and I know what the name is.
I know it too.
Battering ram.
There it is. I was like, it starts with a B.
That's embarrassing. And
the wolf's head.
Grom. So the fighting starts, and it doesn't go great. It very much reminded me of the battle of is it the Battle of the Bastards, where Jon Snow kind of like
where they are
overcommits
dead
and they're surrounded.
Yeah. Yeah, he fucks up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're saved by.
We gotta get to the kid first, because this shattered me, y'all. I was crying reading this battle because this kid rides up and he's like, Uncle Perrin.
Uncle Perrin. Yeah, he's like, I think
Lord
I'm your
Perrin,
cousin.
Lord Perrin. Lord Perrin. Master Althor says someone's attacking the Trollocs, and you hear Devon ride, and then in the distance, in the tree line, as they're being just squashed, they've been pushed back. They've killed so many many Trollocs. There's so much.
The image of the Trollocs just running into the stakes, so the other Trollocs could just get. Oh my god!
Which is, I think, where they pulled some of the imagery from the finale of the season 1.
Yeah.
Right. They pulled the imagery of the Trollocs running into that wall and getting crushed so that the Trollocs could come up. It doesn't make sense there, but it does actually make sense as a tactic here.
Yeah.
And so he sees in the distance, in the tree line, there's Faile with the men of Terran Ferry.
She pulls a Gandalf with the Riders of Rohan.
It's full on Riders of Rohan.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
And him,
but better than the Riders of Rohan.
Her,
Better than the Riders of Rohan. They have an actual plan on how to hit the Trollocs from behind that isn't just run into them.
Yeah.
Because they're also Two Rivers boys. They got their longbows. And so those poor Trollocs, and I don't feel bad for them because they're the worst, but they're just getting picked off right in the back of the head.
Oh yeah. They're screwed. When Perrin just sees Faile, you know what I mean? He just sees her up there, and it's this beautiful moment, and he's like, I love that woman, And he pieces it all together. She has Watch Hill, but the Devon Ride people are also there. The
Devon Ride are in the south.
Yes.
And then the Watch Hill people are in the north. And so they have
Faile,
pincered the...
Yes. Yeah. Faile had brought the Watch Hill people. And
Watch Hill, thank you, yeah. Terran Ferry was destroyed.
Oh, you said Terran Ferry. I didn't
catch
that.
Say Terran Ferry.
I
it's also to the north.
Even catch that. That's my bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just Perrin being
Metheny.
That's my girl. That's Nark's family.
That's Nark's family you're talking about. That is such a funny comment, Metheny. Oh man. God. And from there, just it kind of goes really well. We meet Jaime Barra, who is Perrin's cousin, which just because
he has family.
Well, and in the moments before the battle, there is some dialogue about how all of his family was killed here. And so for this section of our reading to start with him kind of thinking about how all of his family was killed, to this opposite side where he's realizing that he still has family.
Yeah.
And that the Two Rivers is still his home. Yeah. And there's still something here worth fighting for, right?
Yeah.
And they rally around that.
Oh, this chapter is one of the best.
Well, and I like battle scenes. I think they're fun. But this was so emotional. Mm-hmm. And the emotion of this battle scene was so well done. The story of it was just unreal.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for this episode because this battle will be one whole episode of the show. They won't cut away to anything else. You know what I mean? It'll be like Game of Thrones season episode 9s, where it's like, sorry, all the other storylines have to take a break. There's one thing we have to focus on.
One thing that we're doing. Yeah.
They better do that here because this will be one of the best episodes of the TV show if they pull it off right.
Oh yeah,
it's
100%.
Such good storytelling.
Oh, I cannot wait to see this moment.
So they ride back into the center of town after winning, and wouldn't you know it, Dane Bornhold's still sitting there on his horse. Because
they didn't do a goddamn thing.
Which is why the women showed up to help. Because in the fight, the women show up to help. That's emotional too. Because the women are there, and you're
right. Yeah, he turns around and he's like, he just starts naming the women and what they're doing, like, and like has that moment where it's just like everyone coming together. It's so good, guys. Like reading this, I was like,
well, and the way in which there's a moment before the battle where Perrin is talking about how there's like 14-year-old kids that have a baby strapped to the front and a baby strapped to the back. And he's like, anyone older is on the front line. And you're like, God damn. Like,
yeah.
It's so desperate and so sad. And it's just, Robert Jordan tells this chapter in like 3 acts that are so perfectly structured to emotionally like have the battle happen, but like I don't really care about the battle so much as I care about this emotional story that Perrin goes through this episode.
Yeah.
The defeats and the way he bounces between his absolute defeat and hope and defeat and then hope again. Because you get that huge surge of hope when the women show up, but they're gonna die too.
Yeah.
But then Faile shows up, Devin, you know what I mean? Like there's this like bouncing emotional drama of the scene, and it's just so fantastic.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's one of those things where even if the rest of this book had been like the same as the others, I think this chapter would have like put it over the edge for me for like making it one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the rest of the book is like, there's so much in this book that is just like above and beyond, but this chapter alone could carry a book for me.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like
fantastic.
I just got like so worked up.
Yeah, Perrin's storyline in this book is incredible.
Yeah. And I love the like Lord Perrin, and he's like, "Stop it! Stop calling me that."
So the White Cloaks are there, and Dame Bornhold is like, "I'm arresting you now," and Perrin is like, "Trixie, we agreed that I would come with you if you helped."
And you sat on your ass.
Your armor looks a little clean there, Dane.
Yeah.
You haven't tasted battle, my friend.
Yeah.
So you can GTFO.
Yeah, leave.
And he does, because what's he gonna do? Perrin is like a god to the Emond's Fielders at this point. Like, there is not a single person in that town who would not die for Perrin in that moment.
Oh, yeah. No.
And they have 2 Aes Sedai. You leave.
Yeah,
you just leave.
You go. Get out of here. Nobody wants to see you. You're the worst. And don't let the door hit you on the way out.
But you know which door is gonna hit Perrin?
Faile's door.
His bedroom door, because they're gonna be rushing in so hard.
Faile is so horny, and it makes me so like I love it because these people like I don't know, they're all virgins, right? So she's like, hey,
maybe.
That's
we don't know.
I think
it's
Faile
not explicit.
was.
Faile probably is, yeah.
That's what
Perrin
I mean.
probably
like,
is, yeah.
Like
Perrin definitely
I say
is.
they're all that was my bad, but the 2 of them, you know, they're like eager to get back at it, and I'm like,
Perrin's not a virgin anymore.
Certainly not. He's a married man.
But they ride right to that inn, and everyone in town is like, "Go have sex."
Yeah, literally.
Bye.
Like, get it. There is so much smut in this section of the book. Like,
we don't even need to write it.
We don't even. Yeah.
So with Perrin and Faile, we get a little bit of Perrin and Faile right at the end of the episode. He realizes he cannot take Manetheren right now, but he's gonna go do something else somewhere else. And the book tells us that he's going to stop in Camelin on his way out. Mm-hmm. Which means that Ravin is going to be the next one to take a swing at Perrin.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, because Ravin is Gabriel with Morghese. Ravin is going to push Morghese to be more aggressive towards Emond's Field than he maybe necessarily would be. Oh, well, actually, no. Ravin would want to kill Perrin and Faile, right?
Potentially, or use him.
No, because Lord Luke was sent there to kill Perrin and Faile. Right? The Dark...
He was?
Yeah, he was sent... Like, the Dark One wanted him to go get Perrin and Faile. Because the Dark One is pissed that Perrin and Faile has turned away from him and towards this other thing.
We don't know that for fact, though.
I'm, like, 95% sure. So I think that Ravin being in Camelin might actually put a barrier in front of Perrin and Faile's plans. Because I don't think that Ravin would work with Perrin and Faile. Because he's not on his side anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
We won't know until we get there.
I could see like a Forsaken like using Perrin and Faile in a way that he thinks he's going to gain from it. That he thinks he is,
Okay, yeah, that's possible too.
So, I think it could really go either way in this situation.
Yeah, it could. All right, so we get to the Al-Khair Dal, I think it is. Al-Khair Dal. Y'all, just a heads up for everyone involved. We have 27 minutes of battery left, so the show will not be longer than 27 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Because the computer will die. Fun fact, none of the outlets in Jamaica work.
Yeah, the one outlet that we can plug the laptop into to charge it is in the bathroom, and we can't stream from the bathroom.
Yeah.
So we are beholden to the charge on the laptop, and I apologize for that.
Eric Case has figured out who Lord Luke is yet. He's Isam.
Well, yeah, I think...
Is that Ishamael? Isn't Ishamael dead?
It's not Ishamael.
Is Ishamael and Isam different Forsaken?
No. Here's the thing. We know Lord Luke is definitely Slayer.
Yes.
Definitely Slayer. And I feel like Slayer has to be a Forsaken.
Oh, I could see it. Oh, no. Yeah.
That's what
he
you
has
think.
to be.
You think he's a Forsaken named Isam. Because
Yeah.
I think... Because the Trollocs were like screaming Isam. And I think he's there.
Well, and I think that's...
Though it's such a weird
Padden Fane said
image, though.
something at the end of the... I don't think I wrote it down, though.
Here's actually my problem with that. Here's my
No,
problem with
yeah.
that.
Padden Fane references Isam as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's definitely Isam.
Here's my thing, though. Mm-hmm. Is Slayer Isam? Because Slayer would come back with like Trollocs and Madral heads. Do you think he was just like in charge of them and telling them like it's your time to die, so I can put your head in a bag and show it off?
I think he views Trollocs and Madrals as so beneath him that I think that he was there after Ordeath.
But wouldn't
and he was getting information.
Abandon him then? Like if they're just being picked off by their own
they're
general.
scared shitless of him. The Madral run them with pain and torture. Like that's their cult. That's the cultural of like that ladder of the evil, right? They don't have a choice. And he doesn't have to do it in the open, you know what I mean? He can, like, ride away with 5 of them and not come back with them.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's definitely Isam. Because Padden Fane, I wrote down the Padden Fane references. That he doesn't... Padden Fane is wondering why Isam didn't just bring more Trollocs in, like, the final thing there.
Yeah.
So Isam is definitely Forsaken.
So Isam is definitely the one controlling the Trollocs. Yeah, you're right.
Robert Power says, do you think Slayer Luke can channel?
If he's a Forsaken, then yeah.
Oh. Can all the Forsaken channel? I think so. Yeah, I think he must be able to because he can fight in the dream world the way he does. So he must have some power.
You don't have to be able to channel to use the dream world, though.
So is Slayer a Forsaken wolf brother? That's why he kills the wolves. Because he's a Forsaken wolf brother.
Why would he kill the wolves if he's a wolf brother?
Because they would know that he is a dark friend. But they can fight him in the wolf dream. So he's a Forsaken wolf brother. He is literally the anti-Perrin. And that's why he has to kill the wolves, because he knows that the wolves will choose Perrin over him. And that's why he's killing all the wolves in the dreams, because he knows the power of the wolves, because he is a wolf brother. And so that's how he's able to be a Forsaken, because he does have a power. He's,
Okay.
Unless Isam is not a Forsaken, because maybe the Forsaken literally is about Aes Sedai.
Well, yeah,
but he definitely he's like the dark friend wolf brother who's the Forsaken wolf brother.
There definitely has to be a reason that he went around killing all the wolves. Like, there has to be. And, potentially it's just that he somehow found out Perrin was a wolf brother and wanted to take away that advantage. But
I think it's more personal than that.
Yeah.
Because he was killing the wolves before he met Perrin.
Yes, but I'm sure that people knew that Perrin was on the way to Emond's Field. Right?
I don't know how they could. They went through the ways, which the Dark One does not have control over, right?
Oh, I guess, yeah, no one really knew where they were going.
So, I don't know. Because I think that when Perrin gets there, all the wolves in the area are already dead. So, I think that it has more to do with Slayer killing them for his reasons, not because of Perrin. I think that he's a wolf brother who works for the Dark One. I think
there definitely has to be a dark wolf brother because there's an association with the dark to it, and I think that there has to be some kind of bias because of that, like from ages past. So, I could see that.
All right, we only have 22 minutes, so we need to talk about Rand.
Great.
Rand gets everyone to Al-Khair Dal.
The golden bowl.
He has to kiss all of the maidens who are with him.
Oh yeah, they get him wasted and tuck him into bed.
Drunk and tuck him into bed.
That was very funny.
And Aviendha has to watch. It's very voyeuristic. Aviendha gets cucked by the other maidens. And then...
they didn't fuck... I mean, well...
Well, no, they did not. But
they should have. That would have been hot.
As they get there, the Shaido are being a little sus. And so the Tardad start singing a song. They start singing like a battle song as they ride into town, and it's rad.
Yeah, I'm reading this. This is when I had to stop reading at this point because I was reading at night and my eyes were literally like closing, and I was like, I don't understand what's going on, so I had to go back and reread this chapter. But I was like, what? Yeah,
and so what's really cool about this Aiel moment is that you're not supposed to bring your whole clan to Alcair Dal. It's considered rude, and Rand's like, I don't care. We do things my way now.
Rand knew that shit was gonna go down. Like, Rand is so smart and like really good at scheming.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Rand.
So they climb the bowl and they get up there, and Rand is like about to be announced as the dragon.
Well, the Shaido are about to fight them. And Rand is like, no, take your veil off. And Rourke is like, you're right. No honor to the Shaido. And so they're like, okay, well, I guess we can't fight.
Well, and they bring the numbers, right?
Yeah.
And so they ride up, and Savannah is like, Couladin should be able to talk for us. And Couladin climbs up there, and everyone's like, dude, don't. You look like such a fool. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Couladin, he does get up there, though, and he pulls back his sleeves. And what's that boy got?
He's got 2 dragons.
Double Dragon, which is just a great video game.
Double Dragon. Here's the thing. We've been told that it is impossible to replicate it. And so it must have been a Forsaken that put those there.
Yeah, the book ends with us not knowing what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting choice, but I'm like, what the hell happened?
Because he has not been into Rudian. We know that for a fact.
Couladin got tatted.
Yeah, and someone was able to replicate these things. So my money is on that it was a Forsaken, but I don't really...
Which would mean that it's probably Lanfear or Asmodean. It would be one of the two, right? Unless there's another Forsaken here. But yeah, so Rand also reveals himself, and that sounds bad.
Rand reveals himself.
And so they're standing up there with their forearms out, and Rand is like, oh yeah, you went to Meridian? What happened?
Yeah.
And Couladin's like, I saw...
it's a holy place, I don't talk about it.
But Rand is like, I saw through my ancestors' eyes. And Couladin's like, oh yeah, I saw through my ancestors' eyes too.
Yeah, same. And he's like screaming about it, and Rand is like, just like so level about it. He's like, yeah, I saw that the Aiel used to follow the way of the leaf.
And all pandemonium breaks loose.
And this is what the like, he will be your, not downfall, but he will break you, or whatever the line of the prophecy is that says he's gonna like screw with the Aiel. This is it. Yeah. This is him like completely shattering their worldview. And
it pisses everybody off, but
the beginning of the next book is going to be insane.
Yeah, it has to be, because the end of this book is nonsense.
Yeah,
it's and not like in a bad way.
Nonsense.
Good nonsense.
Yeah.
It's so
like,
the end of this book is so chaotic.
Yeah,
that like I don't really know what happened. And we're going to talk about it quickly because we don't have much time. Oh my god, we're going to run out of battery.
17 minutes remaining.
17 minutes. Okay, so Rand basically is like, tells the story of Viridian. And so all of the other clan chiefs kind of are like, damn it, Rand is the dragon reborn. And Couladin and Sam being like, what are you talking about? He's saying nonsense. Yeah. And they've all seen that the Aiel used to take the way of the leaf.
Yeah.
And they're all there. And Philip brings up that the prophecy says destroy them with the leaf.
Break you, yeah.
It's not that he's not destroying them with the leaf, though. He's destroying them with the knowledge that they used to have the way of the leaf, which is so much more delicious in a way.
Oh, it's great. It's incredible. Holy shit.
And just in the moment where these clan chiefs are all standing there like, yep, it's Rand, and you think for one moment that everything's going to be all right. Pandemonium breaks loose. It's not all right. And Rand is like, how do I distract the Aiel?
He's like, make it rain!
So Rand pulls out $100, hundreds and ones, and just starts flipping it into the crowd. He's making it rain.
My favorite part about all of this, not to like I don't know.
Hold on to that. Hold your fire. Thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
One of my favorite moments from Rand just calmly shows off his dragons and starts schooling Couladin, calling him out.
It's
Absolutely.
so good. Because Couladin looks like such a freaking idiot. And Savannah's like, oh no, God damn it, what have I done? Like, I was like, this moment is so well played out. I
Fantastic.
honestly cannot believe that anybody followed Couladin, but...
Yeah, what a little...
Whatever. But yeah, Rand is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it rain because they've probably never seen that before.
Well, yeah, and so it starts to rain, and I was so excited to get to watch the reactions to the rain, but we don't get that.
No.
Instead, Glinda shows up with her dang bubbles.
Wow.
It's
Celine
good to
shows
see
up.
me, isn't it? Lanfear shows up.
Yeah.
Lanfear has made a bubble around Rand.
No, Rand made that. He made the shield and pushed them out, right?
No. He is standing there reveling in the rain, and then the bubble forms around him, and everyone gets pushed away from him, and they're bashing, trying to get into it, and Lanfear's there, not wet.
Oh.
Lanfear makes the bubble around them.
Joe! Oh my God, Joe! Thank you for that super chat.
I'm so sorry that your name's on it. I know you wanted it to be anonymous, but...
I'm so sorry. Nobody look at it.
Nobody look at it.
I didn't read the... Thank you.
Can someone, ban their name so that we can't... Can Emond, hide their name?
No, I don't.
Joe, thank you so much. That is incredibly kind of you. Seriously. That is wild. Thank you. And I'm so sorry that it wasn't anonymous. We do have a PayPal donation link. I should just set that up here in case people want to donate anonymously.
Yeah, I never thought.
The problem is with those that we wouldn't be able to read your questions. But we'll figure that out later.
We wouldn't get a message yet.
We could maybe make alerts on here though.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. That was incredibly kind.
Yeah, for real.
For real. Lanfear makes a bubble and talks to and tells Rand some stuff and is like, "Hey, how you doing?" And Lanfear's like, I was a sender because I didn't want to be fat.
Yeah, it's like, okay then. Sure. I mean, it feels very Lanfear, so I'm not surprised. But I was like, all right, wow.
Well, and I really like that Rand was like, I didn't expect you to reveal yourself so soon, but I knew it was you.
Oh, Rand, yeah, that's what I mean. Rand is smart. Smart.
Yeah. Well, and he told us that, right? He said, I feel evil. They're evil. They need to come with me. And what I like about it is that he's like, they have to come with me.
Yeah.
You keep your enemies closer. And he knew that.
Yeah.
Right? He knew that and he did the right thing. And Rand. And because of that, he learns that Asmodean is trying to get into Ruidian to get that, the Terangrial.
Yeah.
Or the Sangreal.
Where is he? And I called it. Guys, I was like, the Gleeman, he's freaking sus.
Yeah.
He's freaking sus.
Because he was trying to learn too much about Ruidian.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were right.
Uh-huh.
You're a smart lady.
You're welcome. Oh my God.
She was Kale. Oh, I have it the other way around.
Was she... No, she said she was not... No. She said no. And she possessed... She possessed Isendra or whatever it is. She was like, some of the stuff she stole was me, but some of it was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh, no, she was Keel. That makes sense, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How does that mean? What do you mean?
Because she...
I thought she, possessed her. Yeah, Isendra's a hot lady, and Lanfear possessed her because she, stole stuff and got in trouble for it.
We'll figure this out for the recap.
Yeah.
We're busy! So... Sorry, that was housekeeping.
We didn't put the thing on our
Rand has to open a door. Apparently he can just open doors in space now. And walk on...
It's a cool trick. Him and Perrin.
Flying bricks.
Yeah.
Into the air.
Yeah.
And Natil, the Gleeman, is just ahead of him, so he just left.
Yeah.
And he's chasing him through the, space between the world between worlds. Sorry, we're busy right now.
No.
Yeah, we're busy right now. Thank you.
Okay.
And so the...
Oh, your battery's...
Oh, no, it's gonna die. All right, so he chases...
If we hover over it, we'll be able to
It says 10 minutes. It says
okay,
we're fine.
Okay.
He chases Natil through the world between worlds from Star Wars. It's wild.
Yeah.
Opens another door on the other side and is just in Ruidian. So Rand now has fast travel.
Well, it's kind of similar to what Perrin has in the Dream World, right? I feel like it's that, but in the awake world. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know.
And so they fight and they go at it, and we get another.
Go at it.
So 3 Forsaken fights at the end of this. Perrin shoots Lord Luke in the dream.
Yeah.
Rand takes down Asmodean in Ruidian, and Nynaeve takes down Moghedien. We're straight up fighting the Forsaken at every turn in this section. It's massive. It's so big.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have a book recap because I want to talk about all this stuff more.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun to dive into which Forsaken did what and whatnot.
Absolutely.
That is gonna be in 2 weeks. So for those of you who want to do the book recap with us, that will be the first week of June, because next Friday, the book club video that's going to go up is going to be our Star Wars special edition that will be...
we're going to be recording that at Star Wars Celebration and putting it up. Hopefully in our usual spot on Friday, but we're still working out the kinks in that. So as soon as today's stream is over, the things that we missed, please do bring them up in the Discord, in the questions channel. Now, that do not spoil anything in that channel. The mods will be going through it before we see any of it. That we will open that up right away.
Yeah, and so definitely anything that we missed this week, definitely bring it up in that questions channel, please, because we want to get to all of it in 2 weeks' time for that video.
Yeah.
So Rand and Asmodean fight.
Yeah.
They're throwing and Rand wins.
Yeah.
They're both holding on to the Serengirl, so they both have half of it.
Yeah.
And they're just...
And Rand is like, wait, I have the thing, and pulls the power from the little one that he has, and it's just enough to give him the edge to get over it, which goes to really show how powerful our main characters have become in this, and how powerful that Terengrial is, scary. And Lanfear comments on it. She's like, you felt it, oh, I'm jealous, basically, gosh, what I wouldn't give.
And so Asmodean's defeated.
Yeah.
Rand, I don't know.
Cut off from the Dark One, which is super interesting. He's not stilled or gentle or whatever it's called. There are literal ties to the Dark One that the Forsaken have that let the men channel without going mad, which is so fascinating, because I was like, I don't know.
And he shatters that.
Yeah, he breaks that. And Asmodean is ruined. Cool. He's screwed. And so Lanfear kind of not gentles him, but basically shields him enough for a trickle of the power to come through.
Yeah, so Lanfear just appears because apparently she can do the door trick too, which is how she's been getting around. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And she basically semi-shields him.
Yeah, semi-shields him, which will wear off slowly over time. But she's like, it'll be months before he's able to
And by the time he's able to channel at full power, you'll have blown past him so far.
Yeah.
I love this. We finally have someone who can teach. It's almost even cooler than it being Logain.
Yeah, this is something I could have never predicted.
No, God no.
Really,
them traveling with a Forsaken.
Yeah, very, very, very fucking cool. I'm so excited to I'm so excited for the beginning of the next book.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my god.
I'm also just Rand takes those 2 Sa'angreals. That spells danger. I like that when he was holding the Sa'angreal, he could feel the one that they passed on the road.
And
it's tied to that statue.
Didn't I say, I was like, Lanfear says there's 2 super powerful Terengrial. What if it's the one that's buried that they were excavating?
It's tied to it.
Yeah, right?
Very cool. Very cool. I wonder if it's more powerful the closer they get to that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 minutes. So they go back to Al-Khair Dal, and Rand is like, you're going to pretend to be Natil still. You're going to be my Gleeman, and you're going to hang out, and you're not going to tell anybody anything, or else bad things will happen to you.
Yeah.
And they go back, and the rain is stopped. Rand blessed the rains in the Threefold Land, but now it's stopped. And a bunch of people left, but 75% of people are still there. The Shido are gone, obviously, because they're the bad guys. And Rand has an army again. We have the People of the Dragon 2.0.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We have to get through this podcast really quick. High, low for the section. Okay. So the way we do this, she does her high, I do my low. She does her low, I do my high. It's my dinner table thing with my family. We commiserate over the bad things that happens and celebrate the good things. High.
My high is the battle at Emond's Field. I can't. That was the moment that Perrin sees Faile. That's it.
My low is that it ends here. It's bullshit. The end of the book is fantastic. I needed more resolution on things, and I can't wait for the next book. Low.
My low is honestly that they didn't do anything about Seeker, and he's gonna be a pain in the ass next book.
Oh yeah. The Sanshin are gonna be a pain in the ass forever.
Yeah.
My high Perrin lost his virginity. Good for you, boy. No, I'm kidding. My actual high is just the entire Battle of Emond's Field. I think it's one of my favorite chapters in like literature.
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
Ever.
And it is one of my favorite things I've ever read. I think it is the perfect use of emotionality in a battle scene. I'm blown away by it.
Yeah, like I don't think you could make that better ever.
I bless rains in a Kyre doll. And
I added my smut corners throughout the thing. So
add some more. Sex scene, go.
sex scene. I don't.
Asmodean is gonna have to. Asmodean teaches Rand to channel. They're going to have to like masturbate together. It's gonna be hot. Some MM.
My smut corner is that Nynaeve uses the ring to go find Lan in the dream world, and they just bone down every night.
I think Amathera and Elaine. Elaine's gonna teach her some real world. You know, she's got to prepare her for the real world, and so she teaches her go to